Hello everyone, this is Crota coming at you, giving you game 1 in a series. This series is going to be a human against human mirror match, game 1 taking place here on Terranistan. And as I'm sure many of you guys already know, it is going to be Infi versus Tho. Tho spawning as the red human player on the top left hand side of Terranistan. Meanwhile, on the bottom right, we have Infi spawning as the blue human. Human versus human mirror match, and I do expect it to be a mirror match in every sense of the word in terms of similar strategies. Archmage most likely followed up with the Mountain King, casters, spellbreakers, and healers. If it ever gets into Knights and Griffins, that would actually be a very, very big surprise, as that is the general progression of things, but I don't know if we will actually get that far in terms of how much gold the players are spending. Now, Archmage making his way down over here, and Infi going to be clearing out this Renegade Wizard creep camp. Meanwhile, Tho already a second ahead, that now ending up taking a little bit more damage than he should. Going to go ahead and take down these Apprentice Wizards instead, and doing a pretty good job of it. Alright, going after these guys here, he has to be very careful not to accidentally take out those units too quickly. And that actually shows you how strong that Lightning Shield is. The Lightning Shield actually did more damage than his auto attack. So yeah, the Archmage really, really strong just because of that Lightning Shield getting in that extra bit of damage there. Meanwhile, Infi now down over here, it looks like he picks up a Claws of Attack +6. The items could make the biggest difference here. Circlet of Nobility, Mantle of Intelligence. Not quite sure who got the short end of that stick there. The Claws of Attack +6 are nice. The Slippers of Agility, not so nice. Boots of Circlet of Nobility and Mantle of Intelligence is both very, very useful, as we are now moving over to the mercenary camps. Creep patterns are very, very similar here, coming in from both sides. We're going to be picking up a Troll Shadow Priest, and now that Troll Shadow Priest is going to be very important. If either side had picked up the other player's Troll Shadow Priest, these water elementals would essentially become free experience for your opponent. The ability to abolish magic and take down those water elementals, dealing, I believe it's 200 or 250 damage. It does add up very, very quickly, and it does deal a significant amount of damage. All right, Archmage now making his way down over here. You can see that the militia now making their way back off to the north. It doesn't look like any of them are trying to do any expansions that I can see, as though now with a very, very out of place footman, that footman may end up falling, but he may end up getting a peasant kill. Nope, I don't think so. I think that peasant's going to be able to sneak inside under some arcane towers first. Oh, is that footman going to go inside? Yes, he does. And now he's going after some additional units here. There's actually another low hit point guy, and if he actually goes after him, he might actually get the additional kill. Oh, and he looks like he will get the kill. So footman, that footman already getting 2 kills, now going to try and sneak out of here. Going to be able to sneak off to the north, but instead runs into an Archmage and hoping to get killed by the tower. The tower did not finish in time. All right, back over here. Archmage is sitting at level 3. He picked up a Potion of Greater Healing, Wand of Mana Stealing for Infi. So depending on how you look at it, those are both very, very useful items. The Wand of Mana Stealing, however, can end up removing one of the big... Oh, wait, there's the double abolish magic that we were talking about earlier. Are we going to see another abolish magic? No. Or are we going to be taking a look at that? There's another water elemental. 2 water elementals against 1. The Troll Shadow Priest getting taken down very early, and that is a very big deal. All right, 1 water elemental versus 1 water elemental now. Both sides with low hit point footmen. It looks like the Troll Shadow Priests are now running for the hills, trying, and the lines are just completely melted. Both sides dissolving their lines, diving deep into the other player's army for high priority targets. And there you see a number of, or a key handful of units are able to escape. Tho now trying to retreat here. Infi using that Wand of Mana Stealing, able to get some mana off his opponent and be able to drop another water elemental. He may be able to do that one more time if the water elemental, or if the Wand of Mana Stealing cooldown does come to an end. Are we going to see that? That would be a very, very big deal right now, as the Archmage is looking to take down that water elemental. There goes one. There goes another, or that water elemental could get taken down as well. I don't believe it will give experience, though. As we take a look at it, I don't think it did. Yeah, the Archmage did not gain experience off of that. Time life 1 second later, and it would have ended up making that Archmage almost level 4. back over here, we can see the tech to tier 2 has begun on both sides, though a slight advantage in this matchup so far. As we see, wow, that unit somehow fell back asleep. I'm not quite sure how. Perhaps he aggroed and pulled away, as we now see Tho does end up getting defend and able to reflect a bit of damage back onto those water elementals, Troll Shadow Priest and Troll Berserker. Any piercing damage quickly reflected back, as Infi now needing to do a little bit of scouting, gonna try and scout. Nope, is he gonna scout out this location? He's looking for any sign that there is a base there. He doesn't see that, but you got to remember that I believe they are in fact shadow melded units. Yeah, the brigands, the enforcers, the renegade wizard, the only unit that can be spotted, as we're looking at Infi now clearing up his natural expansion. And I would say rune bracers now being dropped, Troll Shadow Priest getting in a little bit of extra damage. That's always a little bit scary. You need to pull back and make sure that you don't end up losing all your units there. All right, one very low hit point footman. Oh, it ends up that he's gonna end up staying alive. And this is all very close. So Infi doing a good job microing his army to make sure he doesn't take any serious damage on his army. Archmage sitting at level 4, picking up Claws of Attack +9. Or is that 9? No, it's still +6. There's that Mantle of Intelligence that made it look like Claws of Attack +9. Down over here, Archmage with the Rune Bracers decides to sell it and also sell that Wand of Mana Stealing, picks up a Boots of Speed and also a Staff of Teleportation. Now, if we do see a Mountain King come out from the other side, he may wish that he didn't sell those Rune Bracers, as the Rune Bracers does protect from a fair bit of just nuking damage, which the Mountain King does do a lot of. All right. It looks as though the Archmage and the Footman are going to go ahead and tear down this one scout farm here. The scout farm all the way in the back. And it looks, however, wait, is that an illusion? No, that is not an illusion. Infi really running up here, and he may try and put a bit of pressure on this base here with coming in from perhaps a different angle. He does have a Staff of Teleportation for a get out of jail free card, as though now going to be running in. And oh, we could have a Stormbolt. No Stormbolt. The Mountain King rushing back already. Staff of Teleportation already coming back as well. Infi now back at home, ready to just regroup with his army. As you see the Arcane Tower getting in a little bit of damage across the board on all of these units. And it looks like Tho is going to be going after the Arcane Vault, showing 39/42 supply compared to 45/48. Now, as Tho is putting pressure here, Infi is waiting for the timing to come in and flank. However, he's going to be going up against these footmen with defend, which is going to hurt him tremendously. However, the defended footmen are going to be slow on the retreat, and that means, oh, a beautiful Stormbolt follow-up kill there. Infi does have almost level 5. Mountain King almost getting close to level 2 on both sides. Are we going to see a Mountain King with another Stormbolt there? Yes, we are. There goes another unit as the footmen now turn around and defend. There's a Stormbolt going back the other way. Troll Berserker worth a little bit more than a Troll Shadow Priest, but as we now see another footman, is that going to get taken down? I believe he will. Yes, he will. There's a Stormbolt on another. There's a bash to follow it up for good effort, as the Mountain King still exchanging blows. All right, still plenty of mana on Tho's Mountain King, but he decides that he doesn't want to engage. The reinforcements are coming far too quickly for Infi, as he is now adding in priests to his ensemble of units. Tho sitting at 38/54 now. Meanwhile, 37/48. We can see that there is a town hall and an arcane tower trying to be constructed off over here. This will most likely just be a very quick cancellation, as the scout tower does get taken down in a matter of seconds. There, water elemental going after these poor peasants here. It looks like it is going to end up having Infi set up an expansion here, as Tho now trying to defend his expansion off to the north. One water elemental will not be enough to really stop this group of peasants from finishing this town hall here, but we still are going to be a bit delayed in terms of any arcane towers or guard towers there. Now, both sides, very heavy casters, heavy priest footmen combination so far. Water elementals going to be able to do a lot of damage and take down those poor priests that only have adept training. They do in fact have dispel magic on both sides, so water elementals are not going to be giving very much of anything. Now, are we going to perhaps see a transition into Blizzard? That is going to be a good question as well, as the Mountain King could offer a little bit of protection in order to stop any storm bolts from the opposing Mountain King, at least for 2 or 3 seconds, as we're now looking at a Goblin Shredder. Wow, just barely getting away. That priest is now trying to chase down. Not going to be able to do that at all, as you see the footmen are now falling. All right, the Spellbreakers now being added to the mix here. Spellbreakers, the natural transition as we start seeing more and more priests take to the field. The Spellbreakers eat those priests alive with that feedback damage, and do a very good job, since the number of footmen on the field have fallen off significantly. Both sides losing a lot of units here, but Infi sitting at level 5 on his Archmage compared to Tho, who just got to 5. Oh, this could be incredibly close. Infi, is he going to be able to use the Scroll of Town Portal to get away? Or will he even have to? He does not have Boots of Speed, and the Mountain King almost ready on his Stormbolt. Archmage decides, you know what, I need to teleport away and get out of a very, very sticky situation. There goes one priest there. We can see Infi does have 2 bases, mining and operational. Meanwhile, back over here, Archmage using a replenishment potion should be very, very careful. That replenishment potion is very valuable just to get the hit points back up on that Archmage. You need to also see some priests here as well, as oh, there's a bolt, a bash onto the Archmage. This could be very bad news. No, instead of another Stormbolt going back the other way. Mountain King now down to 80 mana. Is he going to be able to escape? The Water Elemental is just pushing through a whole bunch of damage, and it looks like the Archmage ended up using a Scroll of Regeneration in order to heal back up, and that is not the most efficient way. Tho now in trouble with his Mountain King. Potion of greater healing used, only to get bashed in once more by that Mountain King. Things are going from bad to worse as the priest, our Archmage, where is he going? He's hiding, running off to the north. Perhaps he's going to try and take down a handful of units by just dancing around here. Can he perhaps take down a handful of units? And that's going to be a big problem. There's another Water Elemental. As you can see him use that Scroll of Town Portal, the Water Elementals are purposely going to back off there, get out of range. However, a Dispel Magic does take down one. That Water Elemental perhaps should be going after a couple of peasants, but a couple of Dispel Magics later, that Water Elemental will get taken out. Archmage sitting at 5. Archmage sitting at 5. Mountain Kings. Whoever gets to 3 first may actually be the victor here. That level 3 Mountain King with level 2 Stormbolt. Very, very high on damage. It increases rather drastically, as we see both of them are at level 3, so it's still anyone's game and may come down to the next battle here if you're able to force an engagement in a favorable spot. Archmage here, he does have Claws of Attack plus Sticks and Staff of Teleportation. Not that much mana though. We'll see where he goes with this, as Infi may try and drop another Water Elemental before Staff of Teleporting away. The problem is that Tho is already here, ready and willing to try and take down this expansion. Infi has no real way to defend this. He needs the Staff of Teleportation back. There he goes. Plenty of mana, as you see the Spellbreakers going after that Ogre Mauler. Ogre Mauler, the natural choice to combat these Spellbreakers, in addition to Knights. But as soon as you open up Knight play, you also open up Griffin play, so that is always a little bit of a dangerous spot to be in. Goblin Shredder, also a very, very natural choice, as Infi taking a Stormbolt to the head, getting stunned there a little bit. May need a Potion of Invulnerability to get in with that next fight. Spellbreakers need to back off here. Those Water Elemental still doing a crazy bit of damage, as off to the north, one Water Elemental still doing so much damage and taking down peasant after peasant. Nothing else for Infi, or sorry, nothing else for Tho. Here, nope, more peasants being trained. It looks like, yes, one peasant will be mining off over there. As we take a look at Tho sitting at level 5, and Infi getting very, very close to level 6 now, 6 2/3 compared to 5 1/3. All right. Spellbreakers gonna go after all of these units here. Dispel Magic, you can see how quickly both sides are just getting completely dispelled. The Spellbreakers going straight after the priest, a very, very easy natural target, as you see another Dispel now go down. All right, Spellbreakers having a little bit of trouble in this fight here. Spellbreakers, one of the few units that are actually weak to the type of damage that they deal, as the Mountain King takes a Stormbolt for the team. All right, Mountain King, Storm bolting back. We have a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Infi, however, is not going to be using that just quite yet. He is retreating, looking for a little bit of ground and a little bit of give here. Arcane Towers are now being added again. Spellbreakers engaging as Tho chasing after the remaining units. This priest in the back. Stormbolt now onto the Mountain King. Mountain King most likely could use that Potion of Healing the moment he needs to, as another Spellbreaker gets taken down. Tho is really catching up in terms of the experience race, as he is now almost tied on his opponent there in terms of experience. All right, are we going to see another Spellbreaker fall? Yes, we are, as we can see both sides getting very, very close to 6. All right, there goes a Water Element. No Water Elemental takedown. Not quite sure why. There you go, finally taking it down. Infi just now within level 6 range, but this could be very, very problematic. Infi now trying to back off. Is he going to be able to hold on to his units? Mountain King now looking to turn back here, and you can see Archmage of Tho now up to level 6, and Infi calls GG. All right, I think Tho did have a little bit of an advantage, 6-4 compared to 5-3, but it wasn't really worth calling a GG over just quite yet. But the pressure was down. I really think Infi could have just called the arms and pushed back. But we now go into game number 2 with Infi down 1-0.